My name is BJ Jasper. I'm in 12th grade. I've always been an outdoors person. I always wanted to learn new things about outdoors, and archery was the next step for me.
Archery is a sport that does not require any physical attributes or any athleticism. Anyone can do archery, and that's why I was trying to find something that anybody in school could join in with.
My name is Lorna Shelton. It has been a lot of fun to me. I was able to shoot, I'm able to show my talent, and I'm actually able to fit in.
And then we use 3 fingers, and we put them right below the knock of the arrow and pull back. And then we usually notch it right there in the side of our lip and then shoot and let our hand come back and to release the arrow and make sure that it flies straight. I try to keep my bow still until I've let go and the arrows hit the target. That way I don't pull my arrow off to the left or to the right, or it doesn't drop or go high.
You shoot 5 arrows, well, 15 arrows from the 10 and 15 from the 15. And the yellow bullseye is 10, outside the bullseye is 9, then just 8, 7, 6, 1.
4 years in a row we're state champs, and we're going for our 5th this year. It's going to be tough though. It's going to be a lot tougher than it's ever been.
Oh, all of them are my real good friends. A lot of good memories doing this with them. Yeah.
I feel the need for speed. Ow!
It may not be the danger zone, and they may not be naval aviators, but they are pilots.
I think aviation's been in my blood since I was little. Did some full-scale flying. I think my 16th birthday, got a flight lesson, and couldn't afford to stick with that all my life, but I got into this and have been heavily addicted ever since. Can't stop buying airplanes, can't stop flying airplanes. So.
The airplanes Ryan McCon now flies are just smaller than the real thing.
They really are miniature aircraft, you know, whether it's a helicopter or an airplane, they really are just a miniature, but they operate in the same way. You just fly them a little bit differently. Instead of, you know, seat of the pants and stick and rudder, it's hand-eye coordination and depth perception, that sort of thing.
The Mid-Arkansas Radio Control Society has been around since the 60s. It was once considered a retired man's hobby, but has recently seen a surge in interest from the younger generation.
We have members that are as young as 10, 12 years old and as old as 90.
The older pilots tend to take pride in the build of the aircraft and good smooth landings. The younger ones taking the art of flying to a whole new level.
They're just fun to fly, and there's always some excitement with these because you really can't master the flight on one of these. There's always some new maneuver if you have the guts to do it.
The radio control aviation hobby is growing in popularity, and one man we spoke to is hoping to turn his hobby into a business.
You know, I've always been interested. I've always flown the little cheap things you can get at the toy stores and stuff, and you know, being in video, I thought, man, surely there's a way we can put a camera on these things and get some pretty neat footage.
And Robert Davis was right.
It's interesting because it's an angle of footage that you can't seem to get from a full-scale helicopter and you can't get from the ground.
The challenge Davis still faces is the Federal Aviation Administration. The radio control aerial photography business is so new, regulations and policies are not yet in place.
We've had a lot of people approach us that are interested in doing it, from production companies to, you know, real estate agents. You know, once the federal government decides what they want to do with it, you know, I think it could be a pretty successful organization.
For now, he and his fellow club members are just enjoying the ride.
If you've never flown before, it's hard to describe the emotion. It's an adrenaline rush. It's relaxing at the same time.
And truth be told, sometimes it's more about the fellowship than the flying.
It's a camaraderie thing. There's lots of people involved with it, and it's really fun to do.
It's just fun to camaraderie with other people, seeing the pilots, watching what they can do, making your skill better, watching them sing and trying to learn and do what they can do.
Yeah, that one's done.
No.
No, sir.
For more than 3 decades, Charles Couch has been locked up in prison, convicted of what he describes as a crime of passion.
I caught my wife and another man together, and I killed them both. And that was 33 years ago almost.
He was sentenced to life without parole. Now almost 60 years old, he says he is a new man, thanks in large part to a companion you typically don't see in prison, a companion named Honey.
She taught me, I don't know, love again, I guess. I guess you could say that.
Wait. Take it. Take it. Yeah, leave it. Yes.
Couch is one of hundreds of inmates who applied to participate in the Paws in Prison program at Washita River Correctional Unit in Malvern. He and about a dozen others were hand-selected because of good behavior while behind bars.
Good job.
Each week, trainer Carrie Kessler comes to the unit to work with the inmates and teach them how to train these pups.
What we do is we go into shelters, mostly high-kill shelters, around the state and find dogs with good temperaments. We pull those dogs, we have them vetted, we make sure they're healthy. They then come into the prison units where they're paired with 2 trainers, and those trainers spend 6 to 8 weeks with the dog, training them.
Without this program, dogs like Pepper would likely be euthanized, and that's something the inmates realize and work hard to train them so that they can be adopted.
When they come to us, they're getting a second chance. When they go to their new owner, we call it getting paroled, getting clemency. And they got their second chance in life.
From house training to teaching them basic obedience and beginning agility, the inmates work with the canines around the clock. They live right in the barracks with the prisoners. Honey is the 3rd dog Couch has trained since the program began in the Arkansas Department of Correction in December.
Now, I've done something with Honey that I haven't done, didn't let the other 2 do. I'm letting Honey get in bed with. I know. Honey, she'll stay at the foot of the bed. If she starts to get in the middle of the bed, you just nudge her with your foot, point, and she'll go right back where she's supposed to be.
Many of the inmate trainers, like William Bentley, who is serving time for aggravated robbery, admit that while they are teaching the dogs skills, the dogs are teaching them invaluable lessons to help them reacclimate to the outside world when they are released.
Patience. He taught me patience and responsibility because I'm not used to having to take care of anything or anybody else other than myself. And on the streets, my mom was taking care of me, so, you know, they taught me how to take care of something other than me. I guess I was kind of like antisocial, and like having him make me kind of be more social, like, because everybody want to pet the dog, everybody want to rub him, and everybody want to see him, and they want to talk to him. I have to deal with them also.
It really means, you know, these dogs, they're dependent on us, so it gives me more responsibility. You know, it's helping me to be, to get ready for whenever I get out.
But I can see them developing self-confidence in themselves, a sense of accomplishment in being able to do something to give back to the community.
Assistant Warden Jeremy Andrews, who was skeptical of the program at first, says the impact it has had on his unit has been remarkable. It's not only boosted the morale of inmates and staff, he's also seen a drop in violence.
It's improved greatly. The numbers as far as grievances and different things within the department have actually gone down.
I guess I used to get in a lot of trouble. Now I don't want to get in it. I try my best to stay away from all of it because you get in any trouble, you can't have a dog. Then I see other guys that get in trouble or used to get in trouble. Now they trying to keep a clean slate, because now they want to sign up, try to get a dog eventually. And they know you have to be out of trouble to get that.
Stay.
And while these dogs are getting a second chance at life, so are the inmates themselves.
Many of them have an interest now in finding a career with dogs or working with animals. And there's something about the compassion that they've learned and that they're able to express through this program that I truly believe they're going to be better people.
As for Charles Couch, saying goodbye to his good friend Honey once she graduates from the program won't be easy, but he takes comfort in knowing she will go to a good home.
Friendliness, compassion, I would put all those words together, that's what the dog has taught us. And bringing it back to the dog itself, we're saving their lives. And that's probably the most important thing of all. We're saving the dog's life.